Hi, I'm Scott Humphrey with the World Floor Covering Association, and this is Leadership Live. And this week on the lead story, we continue with our focus on change. And as we have discussed over the last several weeks, changing us, not so much focused on changing our business, our team, our children, our spouse, but really how do we change us and the impact of that change on others. Now, I share a lot of stories on here, and I've talked to you a lot about my music background and how important that is to me. Let me begin by sharing with you the words of one of my favorite songs. One of my favorite performers with Michael Jackson really defined an era. And Michael Jackson had a song called Man in the Mirror, which really relates to this topic of changing us. It said, I'm going to make a change for once in my life. It's going to feel real good, going to make a difference, going to make it right. That's what we as leaders have the opportunity to do, to focus on changing the man in the mirror. And the reward to that is when we change us, it begins to reciprocate, to change the others around us. Well, I tell a lot of stories on here, and that's the focus this year, right? The lead story. And sometimes they're stories I've shared for years because of the impact I know they'll have. And sometimes they're stories I hear as the year goes on. I recently had the opportunity to attend the Shaw Flooring Network convention. We're blessed at the WFCA to attend a lot of conventions with our partners, and they've been astounding. But the presentation at the end of the Shaw Flooring Network convention by Danny Crutchfield, my friend and former boss, was a drop the mic moment. I mean, it was just amazing how it resonated with everyone in the room. And so I called Danny and asked for permission to share that story with you. So Danny told the story about in his mid-20s being at a conference down in Atlanta, and the speaker asked a question that somewhat haunted him. The question was, what is that one thing your parents always said to you that you just can't shake, that just resonates in your mind? Danny said for the life of him, he could not think of a story or a saying or a comment that really resonated that way. He thought of some things that coaches had said, but he thought that really wasn't what the speaker had asked. So he went home that night determined that his children, Carter and Mary Chandler, would have a statement if they were ever asked in their mid-20s that same question. And that night, Danny did as he often did. He would go up and meet with his kids, and as he left, he shared with them for the first time this statement: you can be anything you want in life if you just work hard enough and believe. And night after night, he would share that with them. Now, they would talk about other things, but as he walked out of the room, Danny always turned back and said, Carter or Mary Chandler, and they would say, yeah, we know, Dad, we can be anything we want in life if we just work hard enough and believe. And Danny would say, yeah, that's right. Well, you can imagine in their teen years, they had that memorized and were saying it back to him every night. So one night, Danny goes and meets with Carter, and he shares that statement as he leaves. And he goes down the hall to meet with his daughter, Mary Chandler. And as he walks out, he says, Mary Chandler, she goes, I know, Dad, I can be anything I want in life if I just work hard enough and believe. And he said, that's right, Mary Chandler. And he turned to walk away. And she said, hey, wait, Dad, come back. And he said, yeah, what is it? She said, are you what you wanted to be in life? He said he thought momentarily about lying to her. But in all honesty, he looked at this daughter that he loved and he said, you know, Mary Chandler, I'm not what I wanted to be in life, but I'm not done. And he turned to walk away again, and she said, Dad, wait. And he came back and she said, Dad, if you're not what you wanted to be in life, is it because you didn't work hard enough or because you didn't believe? And everybody in that room was silent as we all thought, are we what we wanted to be in life? Are we living our dream? As one speaker once said to me, are you living your dream? If not, whose dream are you living? As a leader, you have the opportunity every day to change you, to change your dreams, your vision, your goals, your effort. But nothing in the world around you changes until you focus on the man in the mirror. I want to challenge you to go out there and live the story that you want other people to tell.